Hi, first graders, it's me, Miss Anderson. We are going to have some fun today. So we're going to be doing a springtime picture. We're going to do it in a style called Cubism. Cubism is a style made famous by a guy named Pablo Picasso. But he liked to break things up into little shapes or cubes. So today we're going to do a springtime picture. Let's put our name on the back with a pencil. And then I'm going to use my my picture the tall way. You could use yours the wide way. It doesn't really matter to me. But we're going to start with a very basic shape. Something we learned about last week, I think. We're going to do a tulip. And I'm going to do two tulips. So I'm going to start with a big letter U over here. And I want two tulips. I don't want them to be the exact same height, so I'm going to do one a little shorter than the other. So I'm going to do another tulip here. And if you remember last week, tulips have lines that come down like this towards the middle. So the point over here goes down toward the middle. And then it should touch this one. If it doesn't, they can go one down and one touches that one like that. And then another triangle, sort of a shape in the center. And this is going to do the same thing. It's going to go down. That one's going to go down. And then a triangle in the middle. Now, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could do another shape in the back. Over here, over here. But there's my tulips. I know that I like them. I'm not going to erase them, so I can go ahead now and use either my Sharpie or a black crayon. So since we don't do Sharpies very much, let's go ahead and do Sharpie over our tulips. After you get them drawn the way you want, because you're not going to get a new paper if you started with Sharpie. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little erasing because I didn't go over my lines perfectly. All right, what are these tulips doing? So each tulip is going to have a stem. A stem is 2 lines, and I'm going to do a little line at the bottom. Then I'm going to give them some leaves. Now, I've had tulips for a very long time, and I know they have these big leaves. They're even bigger than the flower, but I'm making mine a little smaller. And now my 2 tulips are all done. You could do just one if you want. That's fine. But now what I'm going to do is something kind of cool. I'm going to draw some straight lines over this tulip. And I'm going to use a tool, if I can find one. I'm going to use a ruler. Rulers are great for making straight lines. So you lay your ruler down and you draw a line over your tulip. Oh no! I'm going to lay my ruler down and draw a line. Woo! Oh no! And notice I'm using my Sharpie. Going to draw another line all the way. Oops. It's not quite long enough. All the way off my paper on this side and on this side. What am I doing here? I'm making this divided into cubes. Smaller shapes. So let's see, I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 lines so far. I feel like I need one up here. All right, so I drew 6 lines. And I feel like it's divided up nicely now, although it's kind of small. I'm going to do one more over here. Oops. So there you have it. This is my tulip picture. One more line. I feel like I have to go across the middle here. Okay, so I drew some lines across my tulips. Now I'm going to color it in like a puzzle. So each shape has to be a different color. So this tulip, although the whole tulip would normally be red, now it's cubism, and I drew a line. So now I'm going to change the color. Okay? And I want to save some time. So I'm not just going to do one shape at a time, I'm going to do a bunch of shapes at a time. So wherever I feel like I want an orange, I'm going to color it orange right now. And that's where I'm going to go. I'll put an orange here. I'll put an orange down here. So you get the point. I'm coloring each shape. Some of the shapes are tiny. Some of the shapes are big. It's okay. You're going to color them all. I like to use my marker on the side. It goes a little faster, but it does take practice. So, do a couple more little shapes. Technically, I need to be doing my red too, don't I? So, because I started with my red, although this red is kind of worn out. So, I'll do a few more red shapes. This one, oh, that doesn't work either. I don't know why red markers always go first in the art room, and this one's even dead too. So, there's a pretty good one. Coloring some red. Maybe you want to stay away from red since it seems like a lot of the red markers in here don't work. But you have other colors to use. Yeah, this one's definitely not working very well. So I'm going to give up on that. What other colors have we got? How about some purple? And I'll come back and fix my red later. I just want to show you how this is going to look. So remember I said I'm definitely going to do more than one shape. That way you don't have to spend a lot of time putting the top on the markers and taking it off. So I want you to keep on coloring, friends. I want you to color this whole page. Believe it or not. I know you can do it. Make sure you do it with your markers neatly so that there's no white spaces. It's going to be hard. You can do hard things, right? Just sit, talk quietly with your friends. Take it one shape at a time, and before you know it, you'll be finished. Now, I am not finished, right? But I really want to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to start, I'm going to try and color in one whole shape here, one whole part. When I'm coloring things in, I like to go around the outside. So like here's a shape, I go around the outside, and then I color the middle. And that really helps keep me from going out of the lines. So here's another shape, going around the outside first, then coloring in the middle. It goes so much faster. All right, I've done quite a few blue. I wish I had more red, because I'd finish out the red, but I don't. And when you are all finished, this is going to be really cute. Your parents are going to love it. And we always take our art home at the end of the year, which is happening not too far from now. So we'll be bringing these home soon. And I'm trying to go super fast. I'm sure yours will be better than mine. I found a red. I found a red. Doesn't work very well, but at least I can do a few. Okay. Pink, gray, there's all kinds of colors you can use. I want you to make it bright and colorful. And having the lines go across it and having the colors change is going to make it look really interesting. Much cooler than just a picture of a vase of flowers. I haven't found any green yet. Haven't really started using green, but I will. What other? Oh, I could do a blue one here. So just try not to have two colors touching each other. So you want to plan it so they're not next to each other. So like I wouldn't put another blue one here because then it will be touching the other blue. So maybe I'll do yellow. I really want a green one, but I am out of green. So I'm going to keep on working on this. Oh, here's a good green. Dark green. This one's not working either. So you can see how this is going to look by looking at the top. It's going to be all colored in, and it's going to be bright, colorful, beautiful. I want you to put your name on it. I want you to put it in your teacher's box at the end of class so I can take a look at them. And I hope you have fun. I just can't stop coloring, but I have to because otherwise you're going to get tired. So have fun making your tulip painting.